Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Croranian Tokarian series here on the Lord Master channel. Even though I think that name Croran could... No, it may never know that if we were to do this decision in the future, found a new kingdom. Although you have to be illustrious, you gotta hold 3 or more duchies, and your realm size is 30 or more, even though it's 8. And then they're not talking about the main limit. Talking about realm size, which is a number of counties owned by them and their vassals. That's what they mean by that. But, you know, it's like I can understand controlling Croran, and then we have to take Karasher, which it'll soon be renamed Arśi-Kuči, which I believe that's the Tokarian name of that whole area. And the other question is, then where the heck would I get a third duchy from? Kashgar, Avamna, or even Guazhou if we were to go that way, but or even think small, like these two up there, because we do have a bit of a family connection there, or used to be. Yeah, whatever happened to that? We used to have a bit of familial connection there. Though there is one duke. But at least you're Buddhist these days. Even though it's mainly the Nakjos variety of Buddhism, but thanks to cousin, used to be married. Yeah, you used to be married, and I guess they changed dynasties then. Because if they're related to, you know, something like that. Yeah, that came from my aunt long ago. I was about to say, there's an independent state with that kind of paganism. Yeah, they're still around. Still Pashtun. It's rather surprising. But keep in mind, we viewed them as a stray, and so do they. So they're fine. Now that I would have an issue with. But that's up to the liege. And I can't seem to recall if Kaldam or Kalmadana was ever a Tokarian territory long ago. But have a closer look. Outside. Wait a minute, there's 2 places called that? Okay. Then there's Keria. Because I can't seem to recall if there was ever a place called Nia. That's N-Y... No, N-I-Y-A is how it's spelled. There's a place called Nia somewhere that I remember looking up the map of the Tarim Basin region back in 300s AD or something like that. Of these 4 separate entities there. But now we are one nation. At least that's for us, Kuśiññe, Croranian people. And then you got the Kotani Saka, who rule these those territories are mainly populated by them. And since we own Baruka, which is supposed to be part of Kashgar, but the part of the reason why I like to own it is because we can participate in Khotan's annual procession if you wish. But, you know, we've come to the realization there's been a lack of good, talented people these days. In fact, that's all the men we have. Let's make a decision I don't usually do. Recruit male courtiers. I don't care who, but I'm willing to spend my money in prestige just to get one. You any good? You're passable, but You are most definitely not going to be serving in an army, but you are welcome here. In fact, you would make a good Purohit. Sorry about this, but we need some good talented people. As you often say. How long will it take for you to promote culture? 11 years? Surely there's got to be someone better. No, man. No one's better. Oh well. Just get to work on it and don't give it up. Contagua was traditionally Tochari long ago, but it's still populated by Uyghurs, so we want to change it back to Kuśiññe. In 9 years' time, which I'll be around for that time, we'll have Casus Belli so we can use individual de jure county Casus Belli, just like the Kotani Saka. And then we'll finally switch back to city planning, and maybe I should start investing in building more cities and temples, especially temples, because this is part of our tradition, the religious patronage, where you gain significant extra piety from constructing temple holdings, and you also gain renown when constructing and upgrading temple holdings. There's about 10 cultures in the world that does have religious patronage, cultural tradition. I forget a few, but I do know 2 of them in Europe. One is the Saxons, or what it's called in their native language, and the other, Serbian. They do that too. This is amazing that the Tocharians does have something in common with people so far away from there. And there are a few Siberian and African tribes that also has religious patronage, I believe. Oh, and don't forget the Bengali too. They have that as well. So now our priority now is to, since I'm the undisputed ruler of all the areas that is populated with our culture, I do have this claim for Toxan, which is to be the next target, which will get it in 3 years' time, unless my liege is going to start that war and do that for me, as long as he's not busy by intervening other people's wars, because you know how busy he can be. I could petition a liege, which fund a city holding under a right temple. Remember that for future reference. Good timing when I know this event. Since I want you, brother Ytarimypoy, just give a few lessons to him. Adds a bit more stewardship, and this would helping. So instead of 11 years, it'll be 9 years. Sunrise of flutes. Today, I woke up earlier than usual. Feeling a bit restless, I ventured out of my residence and took a walk outside with some trusted guards. We thought we heard whistling sound up ahead. Upon further investigation, we found that it was a young shepherd with his flock, playing a pleasant song with on his wooden flute. He greeted me reverently and wished me the best. Please, play some more music, it's good. We'll get it under full control soon. Egads. I'm 43 years old and this could be my last child. He's doing poor. Well, one thing's for certain. I hope it's another daughter. If it's a son, I'm going to disinherit him later on. Later in my life, I should say. Depending on his personality, of course, if he wishes to take the vows. It's a wonder how I never did that in my previous playthrough with the Avars when we were mainly Orthodox and later Catholic. That both of them have monasticism. And we never did this as an option, especially using the house hooks on them to make it so. Instead, you just had to spend your renown for it. But I am wise. Since I'm the owner of this temple holding Baruka, does not have city planning innovation. Does not have city planning. Okay. Okay, look, here's for example. For people who are playing as a culture that has religious patronage, like myself, each time you build a temple, you will gain quite a bit of renown and a lot of piety. My goodness. Huh. I just dropped my jaw at that amount. But the renown gain is very good. And also, I know that I will be living up to my 60s and possibly up to 70. That I know that there is room for a cultural tradition to be added. But if I was to add one, it would likely either dryland dwellers or something warfare related. Find another desert related thing. Warriors of the Dry. That would be most useful. But here's a problem. It does not have the bellicose, stoic, or communal ethos. Oh, crud, it is a son. Who is a genius and robust. God dang it, I shot you. I know you're very virtuous and I've been raising you to be a good diplomat, but I don't know. He's got the best of both. But I actually have something else in mind regarding that name. Think. Think, 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 think. What would be a strong name in addition to having a great mind? Think about it. Unless you want to name it after ancestors. Sedarte. Yeah. Sedarte. So, don't worry. I got a long life ahead of me, so there is more time to not only be raising Ajahshatru, which I may have to, if I wish, make him take the vows, but which not right now unless I switch my vote. Then he'll more likely to accept. Granary infestation. Vermin have infested in several granaries in Akamatanya of Arshi, destroying the seed grain stored in them. With nothing to plant for next year's crops, the free tenants living there have come to me asking for aid. Given their dire situation, these farmers will ultimately be forced to accept whatever terms I offer them. Saving my money, so this is gonna go up against me. Command the Beckus to give them charity. I really gotta reduce that stress sooner or later. Can't go over there sooner. And I already went hunting just recently. How much is for a feast? 100. But it'll definitely knock it down, since I'm gregarious. So do send in the invitations. Guests are gathered in a great hall. Lords and ladies from near and far reaches roam. The mood is bright and the spirits are high as the feast begins. Yep, my brothers and sisters of faith and the 2 mayors. The feast is dwindling down. I find myself deep in conversation with my poised sister Sari. She inquires about my opinion on ancient military campaigns, a subject she is deeply interested in herself. I didn't know you lost a leg. What happened to you? It's a subject that fascinates me as well. I'm into that stuff. Please do go on. I listen attentively to Sari. She curiously reveals all manner of things, distracted by getting one last drop of her tankard. She's oblivious to how carefully I'm paying attention. Once she realizes that's me. I'm only rambling. It's not true anyway. Any of it. Well, you are contrite. So just learn of her child's heritage secret. Oh, yeah, I know about that one. Just your past relations. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. I'm not gonna blackmail it, because there's nothing to gain from that. I'll control Arśi. If everyone headed for their respective homes, I'm proud to say that the feast was a success. I have my husband, Manohara, to thank much for its success. I feel nothing but gratitude to see the last of the guests you guys saw. Until next time. Long time ago. Just curious. There's a sensible Sari. Your son Ajatashatru has taken great interest in my work as your marshal, and as of late, if you were to graciously allow me to spend some time with the young man, he is sure to learn quite a few things about drilling troops, planning sieges, and other matters of such matters of war. Mentor. I know what that is, yeah. Go ahead. As long as you know what you're doing. It doesn't mean change the guardian. No, it doesn't mean that. What they mean is trying to teach him one of his skills. Interrupting knock at the door. My neck and shoulders are aching, and I'm only halfway through the pile of tedious pensions I must review today. Suddenly there's a knock at my study door. Very well, come in. My husband walks into my study, looking with some dismay at the amount of scrolls around me. My darling, would you care to walk with me in the garden a while? All these smells will appear simple upon your return. Yes, I need some fresh air. We all need more fresh air these days. Something is not right. I allowed my Marshal Kuśiññe to help tutor my son learn something about rulership. However, it seems more interested in teaching him how to question and disapprove of my every decision. How could he do this to me? I think he was trying to teach you to be a forder, but you done ruined him. What have you done to that man? Again, there's a good chance I will disinherit and switch my vote to Siddhartha. Because he's a genius. And not like intelligent. Hopefully this will be the beginning of the line of geniuses for that dynasty. But in the meantime, cutting cornerstones just to make buildings cheaper. I wish to be an architect. Obviously things are a bit cheaper here, as I'm the Legis steward, cutting cornerstones. Ah, no thank you. I got a better idea. Oh yeah, you're still here, and you got great pox and you're a lunatic, but you're still feeling fine. Oh, good, 100 gold. You've been here for 8 years, and now I'm finally gonna let you out of here. She may be my rival, but I don't think that she'll do anything to me. She's unlanded, and she's gone over to there. Across the mountain range, and at last, you're out of my hair. I've been thinking about that. But you know what? We should stage an animal fight. Even though, again, we'll lose piety, which has pacifism or dharmic pacifism, which you do. But we're only doing this for this particular reason. So, as a reminder of what that's about. At the beginning of each year, before springtime comes, it is a custom among the Kuśiññe people to stage a variety of animal fights and games for 7 days. The outcome of these matches are used to predict the fertility of our herds and the result of our harvests in the near future. This year, I wish to hold a large instance of one such event. Typically, there are a number of animals popular for these kinds of competitions. This year, which animals do I want to focus on staging a particular tournament to? In 14 months, we will fight a war for Tucson. So what we need is to have horses. Hopefully we'll have a positive prediction that might help me in matters related to the military and my status. So we'll stage an animal fight with horses, and it will start sometime in April. It's time to fight. Yeah, that took a few days because I was just trying to think about what to do. So now, it is the beginning of the year. With the start of spring, there is a spirit of celebration and cheer everywhere. There are, of course, also the great animal fights and games that will last 7 days. Several locals who are knowledgeable in the traditional Kuśiññe arts of divination are ready to make the predictions about the fertility of our crops and the animal herds based on the results of the competitions. This year I pulled together the resources to stage a tournament of competition between horses. For 7 days straight, these beautiful creatures brought in from all corners of the realm will engage in races, perform gymnastics, and even fight each other in spectacular fights. What will be the results of these competitions? There's only one way to find out. May the odds be ever in our favor. A couple of days later, as is a custom, after 7 days, the traditional celebrations at the start of this year are dwindling down. centerpiece of the festival activities were, of course, the many animal fights that were staged. In particular, the many fights and games between horses I staged this year. Everyone agrees they were quite entertaining to watch, but the question remains, what did the diviners thought the results of these competitions? According to these locals skilled in the art of divination, the results of these competitions are good. That is relief to everyone to hear about. That means our crops will produce welcome amounts of yields, our animal herds will continue to grow at an acceptable rate. And so another year begins. So we've gained prestige, and Croran here will have a faster levy reinforcement rate and a bit of a popular opinion. Proud of that piece of work. Should invite the Tashi over here. I judge the statues seem to enjoy our latest feast immensely. It had gone along quite well with everyone spoken to, even the adult guests. Ah, crud. I was hoping he would pick up temperate, but gregarious is good. And you know what gregarious does. No matter how good his diplomacy education is, this will definitely help him in the long run, so... But I tell you, he'll make a very good Purohite. He will make a very good Purohite. But the problem is, even if I were to switch my vote, he'll still be around. Actually, what I should do is, yes, I will disinherit him eventually, but better put his diplomacy skill to good use as a Purohite. We need very good fighters these days. That's what I've been saving my money on. Lively livestock. And as additional payment in a recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. I've been assured that the animals are of highest quality, but the question of what should be done with them remains. As much as I would like to have development growth. But the hides will turn up nice, probably. Bring the cleaver. Just need to get some money back. Then we'll hire another of the Tash. Because we need 2 more Tash to join our army, and then we will fight against them. He could be good at whatever field he may get into. But I'll be around long enough to see him become an adult, and I may vote for him. Depends on his childhood trait, of course. Then that may determine it. Come on in. Courage development. Hair loss treatment. As I get older, I'm starting to lose some hair. My doctor prescribed onions as a way to combat this problem. The medicinal properties of onion, he said, would help me on the situation. My breath will smell really bad after this. Okay. Since you're into learning, I'll give you a guardian who's into learning. This man. You what? Masonic dealings. A guild of stonemasons has established itself in the Kamatani of Orabo. Having dedicated craftsmen in my personal service could help the region flourish. Help me with this. Actually, he is already. It'll either be a great deal or a failure deal. But regardless, it's gonna have cooperative stonemasons. I'll strike a deal with the chief mason. The leader of the mason seems reluctant to strike any kind of deal on behalf of the guild, until I point out how exactly it would benefit both of us. I did not even have to resort to threats of violence. Alright, we get it for free. Ah. Much cheaper. And how long will it last? For 20 years. We'll get to work on that. Starting with desert agriculture with small plantations. So we're going to start investing in Urabo. Because I feel it's long overdue to start building. Meanwhile, over in the Iberian struggle, hostility is transitioning into compromise. Which again, for those who wish to see a Iberian struggle playthrough, as I will give that man a shout out again. And yes, I do have him subscribed. It's the Ash Heriter. He is currently doing a Andalusian playthrough, which originates from Granada in that playthrough. And so he's doing that bit of Iberian struggle playthrough. And by the way, he's not using mods, he's doing Iron Man mode. So just shout out to him on his ongoing series over in that other side of the world. Oh, meanwhile, where was I? Yes. But I felt that it's about time to start investing in, more buildings that'll increase the taxation rate. But first, come here. Kuśiññe as well. Desert agriculture is cheap. So, I felt that, as I said, it's long overdue to start investing in buildings that will increase the income in the long run for future generations, whoever the owners may be. And our truce is set to expire in 2 months, so we should have enough money to support for the war effort. He's got another ally. Oh, it's them. Well, I feel we kind of bit off a little more than he could chew, but then again, he only has one territory left. That means take the objective, and you will win this war. I don't know why, but I'm feeling quite happy and inspired today. It's a good feeling. You're dang right it's a good feeling, because we know what we're going to be up against soon. They have transitioned to compromise over there. The news reaches pretty far from here. Oh, they've raised their troops. They've got to defend his liege. Well, here's our opportunity. Wait for the army to leave. Then once he goes far, like give him a couple of months, then we'll move our army in, and then we'll take the area, and we win. Not to mention that area has those caves there. So the holder of this holding, which is whoever is the owner here, let him pass. He's in our land, but let him pass. That's what this is about. he's actually taking the long way around. Okay, when it gets to, like, say, over there, then we should be alright. I know truce is expired, but we're going to stall for time here. We're waiting for the right opportunity. And at the same time, continue to make investments in desert agriculture. This one already has it here. Let's do the same for Baruka. As I said, wait a couple of months and then declare war, take Tucson, and there you go. We united all the Kuśiññe territories that I would only be very happy to have. Oh, my court physician and antiquarian has passed. Oh, that reminds me. Regarding artifacts. This pressed orchard is gonna go away. Oh gosh. I think we better start saving up our money to invest to get a real physician instead of whatever we have here on court. And for the sake of my daughter, which she's zealous. Oh my gosh! My brother bled out after a lengthy torture session. Doesn't deserve that. Doesn't deserve that at all. Actually, brother, you raise her. You educate her. That made me stressed out hearing that piece of news. 3 intrigue. Yep, he's definitely gonna have my vote soon. And he's become quite charming. You know what? I think he's the proper replacement, despite all the benefits of a virtuous person he can be, which he would not hesitate to join the monastery. I got exactly. I mean, we want diplomacy, and since he has the mind for it, he could definitely do it. And he already has the intrigue skill for him to be protected from any sort of plot. And don't forget about these benefits of pedagogy, where the wards can gain additional skills and become friends. And I'll be sure to get him to teach a language or two. Yapka Sari, we had our differences in the past, but don't you agree that it's time to let bygones be bygones? We were rivals? Yeah, I'm your mother, so... yeah, let us... whatever issue we had, it's over, okay? Whatever it was, that issue, water under the bridge. Thank you very much. Just gave me a jump ahead. A professional workforce. Since we're building desert agriculture, well, we want this done faster. We are investing. Let me see. I mean, building desert agriculture, but orchards or pastoral land? Supply limits. Farm in the future. Ajata statue comes of age. So, now, with Swiss tutelage, even a child displayed little natural inclination towards diplomatic influence, such as Ajata statue, can come truly understand. With an excellent grasp in all matters of etiquette, and understanding of all kinds of entertainment, and eloquence to go with it, you will have little trouble navigating life at court. Yapko Manohara's contributions towards Sachu's education cannot go unmentioned. His guidance has helped the child reach further than I could have alone. He's a charismatic negotiator. You see, son? I want you to stick around for a while because you would be an excellent putter. You can definitely help me with many other tasks regarding foreign affairs. Yes. But until when that time comes, Ask could take the vows. But that's only if I were to switch my vote. And you are a very virtuous person. You'll find your true calling soon. So, again, we know what Pastoral Lands does, but orchards, it's for levy reinforcement. Aha! So, if you were to get Pastoral Lands soon, you would have the supply limit. And this for orchards, where you get fruit orchards and then later upgrade to berry groves, then you have levy reinforcement rate up. Because I would rather have watchtowers to be built in Kuśiññe, knowing how important that territory is to me, as it is economically significant. Oh, good, it's about time. And remember, since we can reinforce relations with Silk Road communities now, that means those effects will now last twice as long thanks to the legacy. And since you are economic intensive these days, we'll go back with the Middle Eastern. So let's do some networking with them and bring in Middle Eastern settlers. This is for the next 10 years. And since we've reinforced relations with them, look at this. It's gonna last 20 years. And that means for future reference, we're gonna have to do that again. But again, this applies to Crow-Ron here. We just want to make a fortune again. And with the Middle Eastern community here for 20 years, again, you know what that means. That means more chances of getting these gifts. Let me read that again. That means this will give us more time for chances of receiving gifts of character modifiers that improve gold income or county modifier building costs and control the realm capital. Again, this applies to here, which I would love to invest a little more in the capital here, as we're trying to increase our income elsewhere. Stop! I just remembered something. That ongoing war. Yeah, they're still at war with China. They ain't doing well. So, strike while the iron is hot. This is going to be my last war. I want to start saving up the prestige for a possible cultural tradition. Don't bring allies in. You there. You lead. You're the siege engineer. Because we want this done faster. Just get Tucson, and then that's it. War's over. And every once in a while, don't forget to hunt and feast each and every time. Well done, brother. Just looking. fund the construction of Kanat. That's something you should save your money on in future. It's 22 loot here. As Yapka, I've been obliged to attend a local sparring tournament, but the contests have been delayed. The tourney won't start for at least another hour. My sister Arjuna is here, and as always is being an insufferable lot. Her constant complaining is making everyone feel even more miserable than normal. On the other hand, I could just pass time by reading the Buddhavakana while I wait. Reinvigorating friendship. A lot of friends of your fellow clergymen and women. I did say I want a little more prestige, but I guess I might as well do that. Push Arjuna to the horse's water, try to liven things up. Just to lose a bit of stress. But she still likes me somewhat. But hey, sister thing. It's almost like I'm convinced that Sari never likes her sisters, any of them, except for Shiri. Ratsakonda, that's all the way down in India. It's all the way down in the Deccan. We got it. And I know that is above the domain limit. One recently acquired holding causes no penalties yet. Okay, he's not here anymore. Hey, how old are you? Hey, come here. I'm willing to pay just to get you here because you might be useful. Maybe a new court physician, which I originally was going to save my money on that, but no, sir. I know it's poor, but well. Okay, never mind. Stick around. Hopefully we'll find something for you. Actually, there is. Too bad there weren't any prisoners in there. From domain, which refers to this, the Kazal Cave. And now, you got my sister. Oh, did it say from domain, or what? Special building goes to Arjuna. This is holder of his holding is supposed to diplomacy +1. But I don't see that. But anyways, the horde. A traveler visiting my court is recounting me to an interesting tale about how they once encountered a horde of monkeys in a faraway land. This daring fool did not run away, but surprisingly, instead, slowly and calmly approached the creatures. Surprisingly, the monkeys reacted positively to this, and did not act aggressively. They observed only curiosity from afar before retreating back to where they came from. An interesting tale. I wonder why the monkeys behave like that. It would be ideal, as I stated before, that I would like to save up, even though this is kind of a pipe dream at this point, is to save up 4,000 prestige to get warriors to join, because I would like to have desert warrior commanders, since we live in a desert-related country. And you have the decision and the levy size of desert and drylands. It's a good idea. Anyways, visions of the past. I was idly reading a book about historical events in ancient times. Suddenly, when I came across a particular section, disjointed images and scenes flashed before my mind, as if I was really there. My servants found me on the ground, Moments later, having fainted, they were skeptical when I described what happened. By the feelings of sadness, joy, hatred, love, I felt all that. Was I really there? In the past? Why am I here now? So I gained an experienced a mysterious vision of the past. That woman dreams a lot and she imagines a lot of things. As you saw in the past episode. So remember, the current level of stress is 56. So she's got 71. So that's 15. Building collapsing Kumtag. In one of the larger towns of Kumtag, several important members of the community were meeting inside the building when it collapsed, killing many of them and gravely injuring most survivors. Donate to help with funeral costs for ants their surviving dependents. I probably want to save up the 300 gold so I can fund the construction of a Khanat. They said it may give me some prestige, but my prestige gain isn't great because, yes, you are the house head in Dynasty Head. Middle Eastern, thinking about foreign lands, foreign affairs, shiny mail, all that. You patronized that cave, yes. You know what, don't petition your liege anymore. In fact, how old is Dharma? 71, and he's doing poor. All work and no play. Minor health penalty. If he passes away, then that means we'll be friends, and I'll be sure to pay my homage to him. Give him tribute. Help with the renown gain. I have a feeling that Siddhartha, as he grows up, he's going to be a much better alternative compared to Ajatasattu. But I'm not ready to switch my vote. I have studied the Arśi-Kuči language many moons. I personally penned this mischief using the Arśi-Kuči script, a letter of friendship from the speaker of East Iranian. I wish for our future diplomatic dealings benefit both of us greatly. Ha! His vain attempt at gaining glory is laughable. Get 2,000 more. 49 years old, will be turning 50 this year. But continue to save up your money until you reach about 300 or so. It will fund that construction of a big Khanat. As much as I would like to invest a little more on such things. Another hybrid culture. Kyrgyzstan and Buryat. Okay, where is it? Here it is. 4 years. Full control in 3 months. Centralization. Development growth in realm capital here. A little more now. Word of advice. A sounder between the market stalls of Kroran, a heavy pouch tugging in my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of local jewelry, exquisite filigree, a sound investment, my husband Yavko Manahara suddenly appears in my sight. Word of advice, my love? Have a look at that smithy over there. Their wares might be simple, but their potential is great. prestige. A smithy. Maintenance. He doesn't need to be my friend because he's gonna die soon, and I don't want to get too stressed. I'm gonna invest in the jeweler's workshop. No need for the smithy. I'm prestige intensive these days. Now you got 5 years to work on that one. The last piece of territory. Just the great oasis cities. Of course, the only flaw of that man is the stewardship skill ain't much, but I know he's gonna have a lot more. Who would want to kill me? Probably Maya. She would be the one doing it. Though she has no chance at all to put it in to me. Can claim my liege's title if I want to, but I do not want to do that. Because for the next couple of decades, we should be more focused on developing and investing all the holdings. We want to build up our strength locally. I don't want to be the kind of person that would take Khotan prematurely, while their levy force seems superior. But as compared to ours is a lot less, and we slightly use the special soldiers to make up for my box! I forgot to repair that box that used to be such an important from the ancestors. You know, I could have gifted to him. What I mean is that what I could have done is, I should have sent him that box, and maybe he could have had it on display and have kept it in good condition, but now we'll never get that chance. But I'm not going to be like my grandfather, who would be fabricating hooks against inspired people. Unless... no, I'm too old for that. I'm too old to be seducing. A plush carpet of vibrant soft arrives from Maya. Why she would send me such an exquisite gift, I don't know. But a fine way to carve is pleased to touch the skin of the lover. For the prestige, or for the money. Be extra vigilant, even though we know who is going to murder me. You must think I was born yesterday. You married this man? His child? Oh no, they've been married for a good long while. Never mind that. As much as I'd like to be prestige intensive, but this carpet will cover the floors in my rooms. My income is good enough, but it does help with the prestige gain. Thank you, but just in case. Did I ask you to take the vows? Yes, I understand. You are going to take the vows and you are going to like it. And then, as soon as you're done, I need you back over here. Come here. You are needed here. You're still needed here. Now you are the new heir. glory and fame across the Silk Road. Through my connections with the Middle Eastern elites in my realm, I managed to build up a good rapport within their community, even commoners who share a similar ethnic origin as these elites. Having migrated here from elsewhere along the Silk Road, they're thinking more highly of me than before. I have no doubt those who live in their homelands in the Middle East have also heard good things about me and my family's rule over these lands. In the long run, this will surely benefit me politically and financially, earn much honor and acclaim for my dynasty. A bit of renown gain. Thank you. Now continue to save a little more money. Give it a couple more months and then I will begin my investment on the construction of a Khanat to help with the capital's development. And if you wish to have more prestige, maybe once I become an architect, switch over and go for majesty focus and just do anything to get that. I thought Ajata would be the one until my last child was, in fact, a genius and robust too. Okay, let me show you. Fund construction of a Khanat. Khanats are underground systems of canals that have been built across much of the Middle East for centuries to deliver a reliable supply of water to the locals. By funding the construction of one, I can improve the locals' quality of life. My county capital will receive a county modifier lasting 10 years and will receive a corresponding character modifier and some prestige. The strength of these bonuses depends on how much funding is provided. The minimum cost is 50. Now, what is a Khanat in historical context? A Khanat, known as Fagara in North Africa, Karez in Central Asia, Falaj in Oman, and many other names, is a system of underground water channels indigenous to the Iranian plateau that subsequently spread throughout much of the Middle East, North Africa, and Central Asia. For centuries, even today, where they were used as a source of water in these regions, whether for drinking, irrigation, cooling, and so on. They can range in size from very small efforts initiated by a few peasants to grand public work projects funded by local elites. We do have that off the start at the beginning of the series, which you can have it either in the Middle East, Persia, North Africa, Sahara, or Tarim. Before we begin that construction, stocking the stores. With a mighty burp, I push the rest of my plate away from me and sprawl on the back of my chair. Lately, my kitchens have begun to swell with golden grain and freshly hunted game, giving all my courtiers a healthy shame of the overfed. I grimace. Though this bounty is great, it cannot last forever. I must decide what to do with all this excess food. Yeah, don't do that. I'm a temperate person. Salt it or smoke it, as long as we store it. For the next 15 years, our garrison size here will jump up big time. Now, let's get to work. Khanats. For centuries, the people of Middle East and North Africa have built and utilized Khanat waterways to channel the water across great distances. It has become custom for people of status like myself to sponsor the construction of such public works projects. I have decided to do just that. Once the Khanat is finished constructing, it will provide a reliable source of water to the community it is built in, whether for agriculture, drinking, washing, or something else. Now I have to consider how much funding I'm willing to provide for this endeavor, and how large of Khanat I wish to sponsor. Small is 50, a medium is 100, a large is 150, and grand is 200, and I will gain 300 prestige for this. So for the next 10 years, that I funded that construction grant canal, which will grant me even more prestige and a bit of the stewardship. Over the next 10 years here, this grand canal that's recently constructed adds more holding taxes here. But unfortunately, there is only one holding here, and that is this barony. And this will definitely help the development growth in a way. My glory is widely known. It is so. This will help with the defender advantage. Invest in that. Then 17 months later, then work on this next. Adding more fort level for this capital here. This will be the most fortified place here. Now, city planning. And we'll get this in 8 years' time. So perhaps we should start building holdings of cities and temples in the places that I own. And with that, it also means that the first thing I should build is a temple here in this open desert. I can see that. And Kuśiññe, a city. I could see all that. I come across a peasant on the road, and I try to come to Gawk at a Kuśiññe commoner. He snaps over cricket vultures. I mean, no offense, but I'm a humble fellow, not a great yapka like you. No worries. Doing alright? But that'll be till 8 years, alright? Not till the 70s. Gazing at clouds. I had some free time, so I stood outside, gazing at the clouds and trying to see if I could make any shapes. That cloud looks like something. It's nice, though. So, I've got this. This is for popular opinion. This is for the domain limit. And architect at the end. It'll make things much more cheaper. Yes. And not to mention more stewardship. We need to start saving up the wealth. But I would also at the same time be more prestige intensive. I doubt that I'll live long enough to try to commission an epic. Even though I do have the bit of that lifestyle experience for it. And I do have the health, thanks to temperance and me being robust. And don't petition the liege. He's intervening in another war, is my liege. Intervening yet another war. Rajputana. That's down there in the west. Again, this is all too far away from me. And who are these people that likes to raid Havamna? Because they really like doing that. Because they're tribal. And they're the hostile and evil ones. And that explains it. They want people. Human sacrifice. How commendable is old Arjuna. Dark magic or not. A noted scholar was living nearby, was known to have possessed an ancient scroll with indecipherable writing. He says he has a feeling that it is a hoax. However, there are those I know that claim that it is actually a dark artifact capable of found magic, and that should be destroyed. For 4 years. Maybe. Now let's show this other scholars, see what they think. I'm not using that lifestyle experience that relates to learning. I wish to become known as an architect, and that's going to be my legacy. Just say, yes, I was a warrior who fought against my sisters. The work I've done to building up relations with the local Middle East community have paid off. They recently agreed to partner with me in a number of advantageous business dealings. Through their networks on the Silk Road, we will surely earn a great profit. Silk must flow, and spices, slaves too, horses, all trade goods really. Major Silk Road business deal. Good tax income. Excellent. Oh yeah, don't forget about that thing. Orchards. Or save it up for something else. 5 months time. Organize muster rolls for faster levy reinforcement rate. Given another 3 years, well, popular figurehead. Another 3 and another. So it's gonna be 9 years before I become an architect. So I'll be well into my 60s for this. Everybody's raiding. And nobody dares to raid my territory. Yeah, we're not rivals anymore because this was just nonsense after that little thing. Oh, and don't forget to go hunting and feasting, which we can do that now, actually. I was getting set to invest in buildings again, but no. Gotta do more activities to gain prestige. Bounding through the plains, I'm getting on a majestic stag I've been chasing for hours. Just as I've heard a strike, I hear my vassal Dharma cry in pain. He has fallen and is now clutching at his leg. There's no time to lose. The stag is escaping. Yeah, I'm a little ungrateful. So, we hunt stronger and we mount our horses to leave the plains behind as the servants prepare to stag and other game for the journey back. In spite of the difficulties along the way, the hunt went very well. Here's your prestige gained, and now we feast. I have a feeling I'm going to become a reveler, which fortunately we're not like those Mahayana Buddhists who view that as a sin. In Theravada Buddhism, it's all good. As plate after plate of food is brought into the great hall, an unmistakable smell reaches me, and I smile. That committed vassal Renmokal Dharma is sensitive to colander, something I said I forgot to tell the cook. I bid you all welcome. Pray you'll find the food to your liking. It's already got lower sparks. His face I salmon from the food is definitely to my liking. So I get a weak hook on him. What the hell am I going to do with that? Right man for the job. My dear husband, modern husband, working hard to ensure that everything about the feast goes smoothly. The food arrives on time, and the guests are seated in the right place. Everyone seems content. With Manohar right beside me at the great table, everything is ready. I squeeze his hand and smile at him before rising to announce the start of the celebrations. What I would have done without him. All the stress is gone, so no need to worry. Actually, there is another way to get prestige. I just remembered something else. But till next time. I just thought of something else. I mean, not him. He's too shy. The Raspura. Hey, I know, you should romance. Because each time you complete your romance, you might gain the prestige. That's an idea. The time has come to let my feelings towards Sari be known. I want him to remember this day for the rest of his life. I'll go with my gut at the moment. Declaration of love. My declaration of love is for Sari's eyes only. No one else matters. I pour my heart out, page after page. My feelings growing as I finally put them into words. The ink is barely dried as I set out for his chambers. I gently placed the scroll on his bolster. Will he lay here tonight? Dream of me? The waiting is unbearable. The thought of rejection makes me sick to my stomach. When his reply arrives, I tear the seal with shaking hands. While I cannot encourage you, Yapka Sari, I am most grateful for your kind words. Yours faithfully, Sari. He won't resist my charms for long. Yeah, that's an idea. Romance, and each time you complete it, especially if it's to a character of a dynasty, or somebody of importance, or even a landed character, you got to do it. Would have been easier if we'd done it with him, but unfortunately he's callous. Couple of days, Kubtag will be Kuśiññe again, as it was a long time ago. That attempted murder thing is still going to happen to me, and we're going to know who did it. It is done. No valid targets. It's all Kuśiññe again. So now, focus on getting some extra taxes. Ah, yes, build a local Buddhist religious site. That's something we should invest on next. And try to go for something that would be more for prestige than piety. So save up to 300 some odd gold again. Son, I just remembered. Need to learn a language. Oh, these two old men. Poor. Need to learn East Iranian. I would like to participate, but this costs more, and this one will have more boons. And at the same time, try to romance somebody. Sweet Lord Seazai, son of a... While he desires bring on the happiness, pray tell me, how can I prove my love to him? He gives me a long look. Lord Manohara. Well, wait a minute. Oh, you're the new red too. Go figure. Anyways. Lord Manohara's necklace is lovely, he says. Direction of my husband. But it would look even better around my neck. Do that to my husband? He gets a weak hook on me, but he ain't gonna use that for long. Yeah, give me that necklace. Priya Sarina comes of age. So special tutelage and even a chance, but naturally goes towards scholarship. So can go truly understand the subject and avid learning, she can become quite a purveyor of knowledge, to prove herself fully capable of structuring advanced theoretical and theological arguments. Yapko Manohara's contributions towards her education cannot go unmentioned, as that's given her valuable knowledge for her future life. An astute intellectual. That's good. That's a virtue. Zealous, trusting, and compassionate. So that makes you a nice person. And you have decided to marry... Oh no, I betrothed that long ago. That's part of the alliance. Yeah. Don't worry, I approve of that. Sorry, sometimes memory escapes me at the moment. My liege, I would love to pay homage to you. This is your son, Shura. Warlike courtier. But I tell you, I'm saving my money on something else. Steward of Ajaya. Yes, thank you. Successfully romance your liege, the Re. Will definitely be a big prestige gain. Originally, I was supposed to be a devoted, pious person, but instead I've become more prestigious these days. Satyake, a free tenant renting some of my land in Kuśiññe, has pulled an exceptional harvest this season due to his meticulous planning. He wishes to use some of his profits to purchase a piece of my estate from me so he can build upon his success and grow more crops next year. If he can pay me a hard coin, the land is his. So, Kuśiññe lost control, but let me see. Don't worry about it. It'll take 3 years now. Get a seneschal. Oh gosh. I'm gonna need some talented people again. Give me a male courtier. He's welcome. And then get me a female courtier. Slightly better. Because I need someone to be the seneschal here. It'll be you. Work it the rest of the way. And we'll get that control back, despite the independent farmlands. But we did it for the money. The clang of weapons and excited cheers draws me towards the courtyard. What's going on? I find 2 armored warriors engaged in vigorous sparring match. Both of them undoubtedly have been tested in the field of battle. With a final reckless assault, one of the fighters disarms the other. To my surprise, he kneels before me, takes off his helmet. It's my Tash, Jatisaron. I dedicate this victory to you, Sari. He says son would bring you honor is my only desire. You flatter me, my lord. A lot of romance lately. Lord Sia, let me prove my devotion to you in any way you deem fit. Upon us a request for a while before his face lights up. I've been plagued by nightmares lately. If you are truly devoted to me, you will stand guard outside my chambers and make sure no evil reaches me. Oh, it'll be worth it. You will sleep undisturbed. I managed staying awake. Not in vain. The bandit cartel has been terrorizing Narubo for a while, the county down here. And my forces stationed there have had trouble countering them effectively. Recently, one of the guard captains there was even assassinated by a spy working for these criminals. It was meant to be a major blow to my troops, given his captain's charisma, diligence, good relations with the local community. Yet this had the opposite effect of what the bandits had intended. A assassinated commander, beloved by many, has become a martyr. Thus my troops and local commoners, spurred on by bloodlust to avenge the captain, redoubled their efforts to crush the bandit gang. Scores of bandits have been killed in the past few weeks, including many of their leaders. Their influence was greatly reduced, perhaps permanently. There were even rumors that the spirit of the commander assisted them from the afterlife. It's bittersweet, but at least the bandits are defeated. I'm about to invest my money on a Buddhist religious site, a local one for here. But I need some more gold just to save up, you know, because you gotta have a little bit of reserve of the funds there. Don't even think about it. How can a heart endure this kind of pain without breaking? It's not possible. Yet here I am, my heart beating whilst on yours has gone quiet. Oh, Manaha, my sweetheart, life will not be the same without you. At least the memories remain. I need someone with very high prestige skill. And it doesn't have to be matrilineal. I got him past childbearing age, so it doesn't matter. But his skills just... I mean, you could compare. You're a young man. Maybe lazy and callous and patient. Lazy and patient, but callous. He's from Gondwana. Speaks the Telugu language. I'm gonna take a prestige hit for this, so it doesn't matter. Just a low-born guy from India, central India. Thank you. So I only need you here just to manage the domain. You're a young man and you got a lot of talent. Blessed are the meek. I was shocked when I caught the Siddhartha trying to steal the child test from the visiting remote of Sari. He gave me an impressive speech on how he understood why what he done was wrong. If you want to be good at diplomacy, being humble is one thing, but be honest, and you will see others open to you. It's virtuous, you know. Good trade-off. Can we negotiate that alliance? No, sir, is a claimant. Baruch, of course. It kind of makes me want to wager the game for fame, because you've been prestige intensive lately, and some would say, is that rather unhealthy? But maybe I should do it just a little later. Maybe in the next episode we'll play some chess for fame. Just want this episode to be finished with this romance. And now let's build a local Buddhist religious site for the 3 jewels. Ever since the days when the Lord Buddha walked the earth, Buddhists of all kinds, from the humblest commoners to the mightiest emperors, have funded construction of various religious sites to pay homage to the Buddha, propagate the Dharma, and inspire the Sangha. I will do likewise. It is my duty to set an example as a leader, not to mention I could accumulate great merit for myself in doing so. As first order of business, I should decide what kind of site I should construct in the first place. We should have a temple. Will receive more prestige and piety compared to the other sites. Buddhist temples are important to ensure that monastics and lay people can continue to practice the Dharma and cultivate merit. It is where locals make offerings, go to celebrate holidays, or hear sermons by learned beggars. We have found an excellent location for a new temple, not far from a town. Additionally, I gathered the resources and people to assist me with this endeavor. I need a clear plan on what to do. For example, I discussed with local bhikkhus whether the structure will be added to the existing religious complex or stand on its own somewhere else. I also need to choose how large this building will be. Once that's decided, the construction can start. This is why I always save up 300 for something. It'll be large in size, so it'll take about a year or two, and you will receive those boons below. All of this, especially prestige gain. That's why we're going for that. A missing village, lit only by a single candle. My fingers pause on an entry of a ledger. Something is not quite right. Soon as I'm searching through every record of the Kamatane of Naruto I could find. Alas, it's clear as day. It seems an entire village has gone missing from taxation records. Well, I'm a woman who knows a lot about stewardship, so I shall travel to the village personally. I'll lead the investigation myself. It's not far to travel there. Then there's a reason why. It's all desert! After days of travel, I find a village that's missing from my records. Not only is thriving, absolutely thriving, but the village insists that they do pay their taxes. Yanasan, the barony's tax collector, has not been entirely honest. Oh, don't do that. As much as I like money, but don't do that. He has some questions to answer. He is a bold absolver. Let's hear it. Those funds were vital to the defense of Naruto. Oh, Yana-san. The tax collector in Naruto was terrified, not least because of the hulking soldiers I brought into his manor. Oh, please, I will do anything to earn your forgiveness. Oh my goodness! She's not that kind of person. I'll just say, I could use someone who owes me their life. So will he be indebted to me or not? The treacherous maggot! I offer forgiveness, and the next moment he is upon me with a blade in hand and a vicious look in his face. I struggle for a moment to defend myself before a guard is upon him. That man was fickle. He's arrogant but forgiving. That backstabber. I would not strangle to kill him. I'll just say you'll never see the light again. Bastard. I could have beaten him up. Bye, Siddhartha. Resiras and in several knave. Have you seen how he glances down? Ridiculous. Kamdana Haskadata of Chukuka throws his head back with a wicked laugh. See ya. Oh, he's still conversing with his friends, and I could tell he heard him, and I hate to see him hurt. Vile lies. Draw your sword, knave. I am defeated by him. I got wounded and lost the prestige for it. Blast it. Not him. Anyways, the taxes levied on my peasants can be hard at times. However, as recent events show me, life is hard. No kindness I can show will change that. I have learned so much. Now I'm known as a popular figurehead. In 11 months' time, I will have their divided attention, will have enough of the domain limit, and then eventually become the architect. And that's going to be my legacy. Yes, I'm a bit sleep deprived and I'm wounded, but I'll live. Hey, you know what? I think it's about damn time. We need a new physician, and I want a real physician for this. The world is full of dangers, even to a Ytarimypoy. As per my request, my servants now have acquired, after recommendations, they assembled a few options to choose from. You're awfully young, but apparently she's quite experienced, so... 105! Well, do treat my wounds. Don't muck it up. Now I'm going to start saving my money for two things now. One is to pay homage to him and the Kuśiññe dancers. But first, every time I close my eyes, I see Resia's face. Sleep will not come. I cannot wait another moment. Cloaked in shadows, I'll make my way to his castle. The sight of his chamber window makes my heart stutter. So close yet so far. Oh wait, who's that? Climbing up the tower. A shady figure stops by his window and unlatches the shutters. My honeycomb's in danger. I must save him. The sounds of the struggle above is the greatest motivator. Without care for life or limb, I hoist myself through his window. I feel as if I plunged to a frozen lake. Sia is on the floor, the intruder pushing him down. A gleaming blade between them. With a roar, I grab the villain by the collar and throw her to the wall. The rest is a blur. When the danger is over, I turn towards him. Sia, are you alright? I ask cautiously as if my words were a spell. He finally unfrees and throws himself to my arms. Thanks, Siddhartha, you are here, Sari. 350 prestige for succeeding the romancing a kingdom-tiered character who is my liege and friend. One sweet kiss is the reward I only crave. I don't want to lay with him, and I don't want him to become my soulmate, because there's a good chance that I may outlive him, and I would feel bad about it. Just a kiss, and thank you for the prestige. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will end the episode on that note, as we will stop here on April. There you go. On April here. So in the next episode, I will become an architect. I will recover from my wounds. And the next thing I'm going to be saving my money on to invest in something is two things. Pay homage to my liege by giving him tribute of gold, and then I will send him another tribute. Skilled Kuśiññe entertainers. He'll love that. All that and more, as this is going to be mainly about building up our realm with what you have. And of course, raising my son and heir, who is honest currently. He is going to be the sole heir who will inherit all of these Kuśiññe lands. Because the days of warfare are past. We do not want to revolt against him. We will be loyal to him no matter what. And subsequently, protect the realm from any danger, especially if it threatens our territories where our people live. And continue to build up the said wealth to start investing for all sorts of buildings and holdings. And do not forget, start building temples for the renown gain, and we'll become reputable in a not so too distant future. So I hope you people enjoyed this episode, so we'll see you in the next one. But until then, so long for now.